World War II was the deadliest and most transformative conflict in human history. It began in 1939 and lasted until 1945, reshaping nations, borders, and global power. Its origins can be traced to the unresolved tensions of World War I, the rise of dictators, and a world struggling with economic crisis. After Germany's defeat in World War I, the Treaty of Versailles imposed harsh penalties, leaving the country humiliated and economically broken. This environment allowed Adolf Hitler and his Nazi Party to rise to power. Promising to restore Germany's glory, Hitler rebuilt the military, rejected the treaty's restrictions, and began expanding aggressively. At the same time, Fascist Italy under Benito Mussolini sought a new Roman Empire, while Imperial Japan aimed to dominate Asia and the Pacific. The war officially began on September 1, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland using a new tactic called Blitzkrieg, a fast, overwhelming combination of tanks, aircraft, and infantry. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war on Germany. In the following months, Germany conquered Denmark, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, and finally France in 1940. Western Europe fell with shocking speed. Britain stood alone against Nazi Germany. From July to October 1940, Germany launched the Battle of Britain, a massive air campaign meant to destroy the Royal Air Force. But the RAF's resilience, radar technology, and the determination of British civilians stopped Hitler's plans. It was his first major defeat. Meanwhile, in Eastern Europe, Hitler signed a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union. But in June 1941, he broke the agreement and launched Operation Barbarossa, the largest invasion in history. Millions of soldiers crossed into Soviet territory, capturing vast areas. Yet the brutal Russian winter, stretched supply lines, and fierce Soviet resistance stopped the German advance at battles like Moscow and Stalingrad. In Asia, Japan had been expanding since the 1930s, invading Manchuria and China. Its ambition for regional dominance brought it into conflict with the United States. On December 7, 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, drawing the United States into the war. This transformed the conflict into a truly global battle. The US, Britain, and the Soviet Union formed the core of the Allied powers, while Germany, Italy, and Japan became known as the Axis powers. The turning points arrived between 1942 and 1943. In the Pacific, the US won critical battles at Midway and Guadalcanal, halting Japanese expansion. In North Africa, the Allies defeated German commander Erwin Rommel at El Alamein. And in Europe, the Soviet victory at Stalingrad destroyed a large portion of the German army and marked the beginning of Germany's retreat. In 1943, the Allies invaded Italy. Mussolini was overthrown, and Italy surrendered, though fighting continued against German forces. In 1944, the Allies launched Operation Overlord, better known as D-Day, landing thousands of troops in Normandy, France. This opened a Western front, pushing Germany from two sides as Soviet forces advanced from the east. By early 1945, Germany was collapsing. Hitler retreated to his bunker in Berlin. On April 30, 1945, he died by suicide. A week later, Germany surrendered unconditionally on May 8, 1945, a day now celebrated as VE Day, Victory in Europe. Although the war in Europe had ended, the Pacific War continued. Japan refused to surrender despite months of heavy bombing. To avoid a costly invasion, the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Faced with unprecedented destruction, Japan surrendered on September 2, 1945, marking the official end of World War II. The war cost the lives of an estimated 70 to 85 million people, including civilians and soldiers. The Holocaust, the genocide of 6 million Jews and millions of others by the Nazi regime, remains one of history's greatest atrocities. Cities were destroyed, economies collapsed, and millions were displaced. But out of the devastation came a new world order. The United Nations was formed to prevent future global wars. The United States and the Soviet Union emerged as superpowers, beginning the era known as the Cold War. Colonial empires weakened, leading to independence movements across Asia and Africa. World War II reshaped the political, economic, and moral foundations of the 20th century. Its lessons, about the dangers of extremism, unchecked aggression, and global conflict, continue to influence the world today.